Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
We go back to July 22nd, 1951, an episode of the Signal Oil Company program, The Whistler. This episode entitled Autumn Song.
And now, stay tuned for the mystery program that is unique among all mystery programs. Because even when you know who is guilty, you always receive a startling surprise at the final curtain. In the Signal Oil program, The Whistler. Signal, the famous Go Farther gasoline, invites you to sit back and enjoy another strange story by The Whistler.
I am the Whistler, and I know many things, for I walk by night. I know many strange tales hidden in the hearts of men and women who have stepped into the shadows. Yes, I know the nameless terrors of which they dare not speak.
And now for the Signal Oil Company, The Whistler's strange story, Autumn Song.
Sidney Shelton stared dully at the happy groups on the platform outside his compartment window. In a few minutes, many of them would be boarding the cross-country streamliner, just as he had. For most of them, it was destination New York, for business or pleasure. For Sidney, it was destination New York, perhaps for oblivion. No one was there to see him off, wish him well, and tell him to hurry back to Los Angeles. Carlson at Mammoth Studios had handed him a one-way ticket to New York and told him never to come back to Hollywood. As the streamliner eased effortlessly underway, Sidney managed a sardonic smile. He was on his way out in the grand manner of Hollywood.
Sheila. Well, Sheila, what are you...
You didn't really think I'd let you get away from me, did you, Sid?
Well, I've got to go east. Just a quick trip of business, you know.
Really?
Yes, you see, I've got a...
Thanks, I will sit down. I've got a feeling the story's going to be good.
Now, listen to me, Sheila.
Why, Sid? I've listened to you for a long time. I don't like where it's got me. That career you promised me. What a publicity agent you turned out to be.
Great. I'm glad you feel that way. Because I'm sick and tired of trying to palm off a no-talent doll like you as an actress.
Look who's talking no talent. You've been tossed out of Hollywood. Here's a one-way ticket to New York. Take it and never come back. Unquote Carlson. Every studio in town has your number, and it's 0.
And you know why? Because you fouled up every publicity stunt I've handled the past year. Whether it had anything to do with you or not, you always did a walk-on at the wrong time. And now if you're smart, you'll pull a walk-off this time. Right off at this train at the first stop.
I'm not getting off, Sidney. I'm going to ride all the way. Chicago, New York. And even then, I'm still not getting off.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about us. Neither of us can go back, Sid. You to the studios, or me to the husband I left for you.
I didn't tell you to leave him.
Not in so many words. Skip it. That part's my worry.
It's all your worry. Now go on, beat it, Sheila. I've got my own troubles.
I know. I'm one of them. Your biggest, I expect.
I told you to beat it, to run along.
All right, Sidney. That's the way you want it. If you feel differently later on, I'm in car 179.
I can't hear you.
And like I said, I'm not getting off. Nighty-night, Sidney.
You watch her go, feel the cold rage mount within you. You try to tell yourself that Sheila's the real cause of all your troubles. But deep down, you know that's not true. Sheila's a problem, yes. You wish you'd never met her, made all those promises about her career. Now she's like a millstone around your neck. You'd like to strangle her, wouldn't you, Sidney? But after a while, you decide to try to forget about her, put her out of your mind. You go to the diner, order your dinner, and lean back slightly. React as you recognize the voice of the man sitting back to back with you. An important film executive, Sidney, E.J. Payton, imparting some very interesting information to his dinner partner.
Yes, I suppose this craze for older stars started when Pinza made such a smash in South Pacific.
Pinza did a lot for the so-called older star, all right. This chap Norman Hale you're going to sign in New York, I remember him. I remember I was a boy the first time I saw him.
Oh, yes. The name of Norman Hale was a box office word. I'd prefer you didn't mention it around on the train. I mean that my studio is after it.
Oh, of course.
Hale doesn't know it himself, but he's just right for us. This picture Autumn song that we're going to make, you see.
Oh, yes. It's about a star from the old silent era, isn't it?
Right. Say, this steak is good.
You almost can't wait to finish your dinner, can you, Sidney? But you realize that you might as well. Yes, because the streamliner won't stop anywhere that'll fit your plans before Albuquerque. Meanwhile, you've other things to attend to.
Porter, can you help me a moment?
Yes, sir. You looking for somebody?
Oh, yes, Porter. This is car 179?
Yes, sir.
A friend of mine, Miss Sheila Martin.
Oh, Miss Martin, that's roomette B, sir.
Oh, well, thank you, Porter.
Well, but I think the lady is in the club car.
Well, it's all right. I'll find her later.
Well, I'll go see.
No. Never mind.
You start out of the car, turn in time to see the porter disappear into another room to make up the beds. You move swiftly down the aisle to Sheila's roomette. Inside, you find what you want in a matter of seconds, in her overnight bag wrapped in a nightgown. The roll of bills that you were certain she wouldn't carry in her purse. You take most of the bills out, wrap the few remaining ones around a roll of cleansing tissue you find in her bag so she won't discover the loss immediately. Then you hurry back to your own car.
Yes, sir? I'd like accommodations to New York. First plane out, please.
I have space on Flight 23. Leaves here in 2 hours.
That'll get me in New York ahead of the streamliner?
Oh, yes, sir. You'll be there in 12 hours.
12 hours? Oh, good. I'll take that space. One way to New York.
July 22nd, 1951, The Whistler on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of The Whistler, Autumn Song, July 22nd, 1951.
It's a windfall, isn't it, Sidney? The chance knowledge you picked up on the train. Yes, as you step from your plane in New York, you're many hours ahead of the train you left at Albuquerque, carrying E.J. Payton, the motion picture producer, who is on his way to search the city for Norman Hale, the one-time silent picture star. With luck, you can find Norman Hale first. That's why you no sooner check into a hotel than you begin the weary rounds of second-rate theatrical agencies. At one, you finally get a lead. Make your way out to an astonishingly good address. You wonder as you press the buzzer if perhaps they weren't all wrong about Norman Hale, that he might have saved some of his early fabulous earnings. As you stand there waiting, you pray that he didn't. Hope that he's in a bad financial position.
Yes?
I'm looking for Mr. Hale. Norman Hale, the actor.
Have you an appointment?
Well, no. You see,
The nature of your business, please.
Well, frankly, I represent some motion picture interests who would like to contact Mr. Hale.
Motion picture interests? My dear fellow, I don't believe Mr. Hale would be interested. You see, he wouldn't want to leave New York. The excitement, the glamour of the city, the close proximity to the theaters.
Mr. Hale.
What?
I might have known. And posing as the butler. You were always pulling something like that. Please, Mr. Hale, may I come in? The name is Shelton. Sidney Shelton.
Why, all right, Mr. Shelton. Enter.
Thank you, sir. Well, this is a beautiful place you have here.
Thank you. Won't you sit down?
Thank you, sir.
Have you a contract, Mr. Shelton? Are you actually prepared to make a business proposition?
Well, no, sir, not exactly. You see, I have an idea, a possibility for both of us.
Ah, possibility. For making a picture with a has-been, an old man, a profile from the past.
Exactly, sir. And if you weren't so well off here, you might consider that there are still fans everywhere who remember you and love you.
Young man, I am not well off. This aristocratic establishment, it isn't even mine. How do you like that?
But I don't understand.
Alas, Norman Hale must now be grateful to be a caretaker of another man's house.
A caretaker? You?
Yes, the owner's in Europe. I'm a fortunate man. I could be huddling in a tenement somewhere.
Well, you'll never have to worry about that again, Mr. Hale, if you just listen to me. I've found a great part for you. I read a book, Mr. Hale, Autumn Song.
And that was a play, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I meant to say, a play. I'm sorry. See, I'm excited now. Oh, Mr. Hale, you should play that part.
Oh, yes. Oliver. Oliver Wentworth.
Oliver Wentworth. Oh, Norman, you are Oliver Wentworth. And I can get you that part. I know it. Will you believe in me? Will you give me the chance to make you believe in yourself?
You're a persuasive man, Shelton,
Here,
but...
Here, I brought a contract. I'll just sign there, Mr. Hale, making me your personal manager.
An hour later, you're on your way back to your hotel, Sidney. Only a brief stop at the theatrical agency which gave you the lead to Norman Hale. $5 in the hand of the man you talked to assures the fact that motion picture producer E.J. Payton will now be directed to you instead of to Norman Hale himself. It's late afternoon of the following day, and you're sitting in your apartment when you receive a phone call. It's the call you've been expecting, isn't it, Sidney? Yes, from E.J. Payton, the Hollywood film executive.
Yes, sir, that's right. I'm representing Norman Hale.
Then we can talk. I have a little something in mind for him.
Well, I don't know. Norman's sold on the idea of doing a play.
Well, for his own sake, then talk him out of it. Now, let's speak frankly, Mr. Shelton. Your Norman Hale is passé, a ghost of the silence. People just aren't interested in him anymore.
You are, Mr. Payton?
Well, yes, in a way. Look, Mr. Shelton, I don't like to discuss business over the telephone. When can we get together?
Well, let me see. What do you say about lunch tomorrow? Victor's on 45th?
Good. And have Norman Hale there, too.
Well, I'll see if I can arrange it. I can't promise, though.
You're pleased, aren't you, Sidney? And your only concern now is how to get the biggest price you can for Norman Hale's services. It won't be easy, will it, when you're dealing with a man like Payton, and you wish you had something more to sell than just Norman Hale himself. You decide a publicity stunt would do it, Sidney, something big, and Payton's studio would be eager to cash in on it. You spend the rest of the day thinking about this. Finally, that evening, the answer comes to you, most unexpectedly.
Hello, Sid.
Sheila. Oh, Sheila, look, I'm sorry about...
The money you stole on the train? No, you're not. I knew it was you right away. But I'll get it back. And more.
Of course you will, baby, of course. I was going to get in touch with you, but I've been busy all day. A new client.
I know. I traced you down through the theatrical agency.
Oh, really? Well,
Will there be anything in this new deal for little Sheila? You know there better be.
Oh, naturally. Oh, I haven't forgotten you, Sheila. And it's going to be big, baby. Yes, sir, a nice big fat publicity stunt for Norman Hale. He's my new client. And I'm working out something for you, too, Sheila.
Like what? An overdose of sleeping pills? Get engaged to Norman Hale? Maybe both?
Wait a minute. You think that's funny?
What is it this time, Sidney?
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You and Norman Hale.
That's what I was afraid of. But give me the details anyway.
Can't we eat, Sidney? I'm famished.
Well, let's wait for Payton, huh, Norman?
Oh, he's late. It's 1:15 now.
I know, Norman, I know.
Are you sure you said Victor's restaurant?
Yes, of course I said Victor's, and Payton will be here.
You don't suppose he's changed his mind?
Oh, relax, Norman, will you, please?
Very well. I'll have another martini.
You've had 4 already.
Norman! Norman Hale!
I beg your pardon, miss.
Norman, I'd recognize you anywhere.
Have we met, my dear?
Met? Oh, no, but I've dreamed of meeting you ever since I was a little girl. Oh, how I've dreamed of this moment.
Really? Well, Well.
From that very first time I saw you.
What picture was that, my dear?
I worshiped you then. I still do. Norman. Oh, Norman.
Miss, please, just a moment.
Stay
Please,
out of this,
not...
old man. I'll handle it.
Oh, to think I finally found
Miss,
you.
please.
No, let me
please.
go. Let me go. Norman, don't let them send me away.
Waiter.
Please, Norman,
Waiter.
Please.
Waiter.
Let me
You struggle to keep a straight face, don't you, Sidney, as Sheila clings desperately to Norman, pouring out her adoration for him. And during the confusion of the next few moments, you notice Peyton standing at the door, watching it all. Then finally, when Sheila is led away, sobbing bitterly, Peyton comes over to your table.
Well, that was something, wasn't it?
Oh, Mr. Peyton, you saw what happened?
Yes, I saw.
Norman, this is Mr. Peyton. Norman?
What? Oh, how do you do, sir? That poor girl, so madly in love with me.
Here, sit down here, Mr. Peyton.
In love with me all these years. Did you hear her sob, Sidney? Did you?
Yes, sure. She's really crazy about you, Norman.
Yes, I'd say that was quite a performance. Quite a performance.
Performance?
For my benefit, eh, Mr. Shelton?
You think this whole thing was staged?
Wasn't it?
How dare you suggest such a thing? Anyone can plainly see that girl is desperately in love with me. And why not? Why shouldn't she be?
Norm, please.
A good day, Mr. Peyton. Good day.
Norman, wait a minute.
Let him go, Mr. Shelton. We have things to talk about.
No, he's pretty sore. I'll have to see if I can cool him down.
But,
Make it at Norman's place in an hour. 467 Kenton Place.
I'm sorry, Sidney. I shouldn't have lost my temper that way.
Okay, let's forget it.
Tell me something. That affair, it really wasn't staged, was it?
Oh, Norman, of course not.
I didn't think so. I could see it was real. I saw it in her eyes, Sidney. I'm not easily fooled, you know. She was rather an attractive girl, wasn't she?
A real doll.
Just couldn't help it, I suppose. Falling in love with me, I mean. Have I ever told you about the Countess Delgano? Have I?
No. But save it for some other time, will you please? Peyton's waiting for us in the study.
Oh, yes. Very well, my boy.
Well, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Peyton.
That's quite all right. I was just admiring your paintings, Mr. Hale.
Oh, nothing much, really. Picked them up here and there during my travels. This one, for example, I turned up in London while I was on a personal appearance tour. The English loved me, you know. Fine people, the English. I remember so
Shall
well...
we sit down, gentlemen?
I remember so... Oh, get that like a good chap, will you, Sidney?
Certainly. Hello?
How are they, Sid?
Who? Speak up, I can't hear you.
Are they there?
Yes.
Okay, go into your act. I'll see you later.
Who is it, Sidney?
I think it's that girl again, the one in the restaurant.
Oh, really?
Hello? Yes? What? Oh, no, wait a minute.
What's wrong?
She says she's calling from her hotel. Says if you don't see her, she'll jump off the roof. What? Hello? Where are you? Where? What? I can't understand. Stop crying,
Here,
please.
give me that phone.
She hung up.
We must do something.
I think she said she was at the Grayville or the Brayville.
Grayville, not far from here.
Mr. Peyton, call the police. Tell them to get over to the girls' hotel right away. Come on, Norman, come on. We're too late, Norman. There she is up there.
Where?
On the ledge, the fourth floor.
Good Lord. What did you say her name is?
Sheila.
Sheila! Don't jump! Don't do it!
She can't hear
Stand
you,
back,
Norman.
please. Everybody stand back. Give room to the police and the ambulance. Clear that sidewalk over there. You hear it? Clear it.
What are we going to do? If only I could talk.
Wait a minute, Norman, wait. Did you hear that?
Stand back.
The policeman talking on the public address system.
Yes,
Move those
but...
people back over there at that
Of
corner.
course, that's it!
Come on. Are you ready, Norm?
Ready.
All right. Here's the microphone, Romeo. Now, there's your Juliet, up there on the ledge. Now, come on. Start talking and make it good.
Sheila, this is Norman. This is Norman Hale. Listen to me, darling. Listen to me, please.
You stand back in the crowd, look at the faces around you as Norman Hale begins to play the scene in his most dramatic fashion. And the crowd loves it. You're certain of that, aren't you, Sidney? And you know that close by, Peyton is watching, listening. Then finally, the exciting climax as Sheila steps off the ledge and goes back into her hotel room. Peyton is very impressed.
When can we talk, Mr. Shelton?
In the morning, Mr. Peyton, over coffee and the headlines.
All right.
And the conclusion of The Whistler Autumn Song from July 22nd, 1951, along with an episode of Claudia, comes up following these important messages here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage if you've got a moment, classicradio.stream.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to MediShare for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And MediShare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. MediShare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of the Signal Oil program, The Whistler, from 71 years ago, July 22nd, 1951.
I must say you handled the situation magnificently, Mr. Hale.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't the least bit worried, you know. I was certain I could talk her out of her madness.
Sure. You can't help it, can you, Norman? I mean, because you're so attractive to women.
You're so right, old boy.
That evening, back in your apartment, you're pleased with the way everything has turned out, aren't you, Sidney? Yes, and you congratulate yourself. You've put it over. Peyton will have to come to your terms now, if he wants to capitalize on the publicity. Sign a long-term contract with Norman Hale. Then shortly before midnight, you have a visitor. Sheila.
What do you mean, now what?
What's the next move? That stunt this afternoon went over big for little Sheila, but we're not going to leave it at that, are we?
Ah, look, sweetheart, look. You got yourself $1 million worth of publicity. I set it up for you free of charge. You take it from there.
But I thought you were...
I'm going to be very busy from now on, baby. Norman and I will probably be leaving for the coast in a few days.
Norman. Sure. The stunt was all for him, wasn't it? He was the star. I was just an extra.
You didn't do badly.
No, that's right, I didn't. And suddenly I've just gotten an idea how I can do better.
What do you mean?
You had me write a suicide note, remember? To make it all look authentic when I was going to jump from the hotel.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I've still got that suicide note right here in my purse. I wonder what the reporters will do to your story when I tell them this whole thing was a fake.
What? Now, wait a minute, Sheila.
I have just enough time to catch the morning papers before they go to press. Bright idea of yours, that suicide note.
Yes, wasn't it? Thanks for reminding me, baby.
Let me go.
Oh, sure, I'll let you go. Only when I do, it'll be out the window.
Oh.
Because you are going to jump, and your suicide note will prove that you jumped.
It was the only way, wasn't it, Sidney? You had to kill Sheila to prevent her from exposing you and the publicity stunt you staged for the benefit of your client, the former matinee idol Norman Hale. And so you pushed her out the window of your apartment. And now a crowd has gathered in the streets below. And you hurry downstairs. The story you'll tell is very clear in your mind. Then, when the police arrive...
You say this girl jumped from your apartment, Mr. Shelton?
Yes, that's right, officer. It happened so quickly I was unable to stop her. Oh, the poor girl. She did it because of Norman Hale. You've heard of him, the actor?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Is this the same girl who tried to commit suicide this afternoon?
Yes, that's right. She burst into my apartment about 20 minutes ago. Demanded to see Norman, and I tried to stall her, but she showed me a suicide note she'd written, and then she jammed it in her purse. Before I could stop her, she ran to the window. Oh, well, you know the rest.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Is this the note?
Yes, it is.
Well, looks like you're right, mister.
Pardon me, officer.
Yeah?
This guy's story doesn't hold up.
What?
Hmm?
See here, what do you mean?
Well, I was standing across the street when this happened. I saw it all. This girl didn't jump. She was pushed, and this guy pushed her.
That's ridiculous.
Now, hold on, Mr. Shelton.
I saw him do it.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Jim Fergus, private investigator. And after this girl apparently tried to commit suicide this afternoon, Norman Hale was so worried about her, he hired me to keep an eye on her.
Norman Hale hired you?
Yeah. Mr. Hale said the girl was nuts about him. Crazy in love with him.
Let that whistle be your signal for the Signal Oil program, The Whistler, each Sunday night at the same time. Since this week is National Farm Safety Week, Signal has asked me to remind you. Each year, injuries disable 1 out of every 18 farm residents and cost our country $1 billion. So on peaceful Western farms, just as in the city, it pays to be careful, always. Featured in tonight's story were Wally Mayer, Virginia Gregg, Herbert Rawlinson, Jess Kirkpatrick, and Herbert Litton. The Whistler was produced and directed by George W. Allen, with story by Joel Malone, music by Wilbur Hatch, and was transmitted to our troops overseas by the Armed Forces Radio Service. The Whistler is entirely fictional, and all characters portrayed on The Whistler are also fictional. Any similarity of names or resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
From 71 years ago, July 22nd, 1951, The Whistler on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back to July 22nd, 1948 for another episode of the soap opera Claudia.
And now, Claudia.
Mom, I wish you wouldn't work so hard.
I like vacuuming. Gives me a nice, satisfactory feeling.
Also wish you'd let me help. I had the baby weeks ago.
Not even 3, so sit still. Besides, you're more of a help doing nothing.
Whee! The telephone. I can answer it, can't I?
That'll give you a nice, satisfactory feeling.
Oh, I wonder who it is.
Why do we always have to go through that?
You better turn off the vacuum, Mama.
Oh, all right.
Hello? Yes, she's here. It's for you, Mama.
You don't have to sound so disappointed. Well, give it to me.
I just don't know who it is.
I can find out for myself. Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Brown. Oh, I see. I see.
Mama, who is it?
All right, I will if I can. Yes.
Yes, what?
Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Well?
Aunt Louisa's maid. She's taken sick.
The maid?
Claudia, Aunt Louisa. She asked for me to come right over.
Oh, I bet she's crying wolf again.
Claudia, a little respect.
Oh, I respect Aunt Louisa a lot. I think it's wonderful she's lived to be so old. It's certainly no fault of hers.
I hope she'll live to be a good many years older.
I suppose you do have some kind of feeling towards her, seeing she's my father's only sister, but otherwise she's not your type. Too many allergies, Mama.
One of them on the loose right now.
Are they inheritable? I'd hate to think of my son having...
More than your faults.
That's a relief.
Well, I suppose I better go. I hate to leave the house in the middle of cleaning it.
Your tidy soul will survive, Mama. Go on, get out, Scott. Go see Aunt Louise or your conscience will pang.
Maybe I can finish cleaning the living room first.
Hey, you better hurry. She might be better before you get there.
And I was going to clean up the kitchen, too. It's a worse mess.
So it's a mess. Who cares? I don't.
I do, but I guess I'd better go. I'll be back as soon as I can and finish then.
Don't hurry. Here's your hat.
Thanks. Claudia, just one warning.
Yeah.
If I find the house any cleaner or neater when I come back, if I find that you have lifted one finger, I shall be furious. And I mean it.
Won't lift even one pinky.
Why don't you take a nap? Your son is.
Me nap? What for?
What for do you think? Now, Claudia, I am serious.
Oh, brr, so am I.
I'll be back at the latest in time to get dinner ready.
I am tired of being treated like an orchid.
You look more like a ragweed.
Thank
now,
you.
remember, I want to find things in just as much of a mess. And take that mischief out of your eye.
I won't touch a thing.
Good.
So quiet. Oh, sleep, 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 sleep. It's contagious. I hate sleeping. Good. Mrs. Brown's residence? Oh, it's only you. I was using my party voice. Hello, David. No, Mama's not here. She's gone out. No, I'm not doing anything. Mama says I shouldn't do a thing. Oh, you're as bad as Mama. I promise, I promise, I promise. Oh, David, I forgot something. I love you. Most of all. Oh, and Bobby sends his love. All right, I'll pull his ear for you. Goodbye. A book. Suppose I could read a book. Just look at this place. Oh, wonderful. Oh, Bertha. How'd you know I was wishing for somebody to talk to?
You are a mother now, but you are not changed so fast. Hello, Mrs. Norton.
My, you're looking wonderful today. Come in, come in, come in.
I come to call on young Mr. Norton.
Young Mr. Norton will be very happy to see you. Take off your hat.
No. For young Mr. Norton, I keep on the hat.
Bobby's in the bedroom. Just 2 minutes ago, he asked me when he was going to see you again.
So?
Yes.
Then I have come at the right time.
There's only one thing the matter with the time, Bertha.
Is something wrong?
Mama had to go out and David isn't home yet.
Oh.
They'll be furious with themselves when they've heard you've been here.
They will live.
The baby gained 1/2 pound. How's Fritz?
Fritz is fine.
Good.
1/2 pound.
Yeah.
Oh, such a big boy. Pretty soon he's taller than you.
Oh, I hope he'll be.
It goes so fast, Mrs. Norton. One day my Lisa, she was a little baby, and now I'm a grandmother.
Yes, it goes very fast. Sometimes I can't bear to hear the clock ticking.
But when it goes slow, that's not good. Better it should seem fast. Now, my hat is on straight. We go in.
Oh, you don't have to tiptoe. He doesn't wake up for anything.
Oh, that's a good sign. The baby should not care for anything except to sleep and eat for a year.
A year? Well, he's a vegetable.
Just so.
Ah,
I see him.
So warm, I haven't bothered to put any blankets over him.
Oh, he's gotten so large. Look, he can't bend his legs. They're so fat.
He can't straighten them out either.
Just like what I thought.
What is?
He will look like his father.
Oh, you better not tell David that. If he thinks there's any resemblance between him and this sleeping vegetable, he'll be furious.
Furious outside, but inside smiling.
You can pick him up if you like.
No, he stay here. Lieblich Kind. What a little fellow you are.
We like him. Sometimes I look at him and I can't believe he's mine. I feel like a mother, and yet I don't feel like a mother.
You are a mother. Tip to toes, you will never forget.
You bet I won't. Well, it's awfully warm in here. Why don't we go sit in the living room?
Yeah, but I only stay a moment.
Oh, Bertha, don't rush away. You'll hurt my feelings. I think you really didn't come to see me.
Well, I didn't.
You don't have to be so blunt about it.
Mrs. Brown, she is well.
She's fine, but she's working too hard. She won't let me do a thing around the house. Her Minerva's away for a vacation, so you'll just have to forgive the mess around here.
Oh, it's not such a mess, but I think now the baby has seen me, I take off my hat.
Good, then you're going to stay a while.
And now I go into the kitchen.
You stay where you are. You're company.
Oh, but I'm not used to just sitting around. I go into the kitchen.
Bertha, don't go in there. There are a million things around.
Well, it's not so bad. When I first had the baby, my house was much worse.
You probably didn't have any mama around.
I was not so lucky.
Bertha, what are you doing, rolling up your sleeves?
Yeah, rolling up my sleeves.
But what for?
Here, now, where is a big pot?
Bertha, what are you doing?
Nothing. I boil these few little baby things.
But Bertha, that's not what you're here for.
It's a nice surprise for me.
Oh, Bertha, come inside. For heaven's sake, sit down.
Now, while we're waiting for the things to boil up, you have the vegetables for dinner.
Oh, yes, they're in the ice box, but you're not to have anything to do with them.
Oh, nice pot roast. Good. I'd fix it with a nice gravy.
Bertha, you are a terrible guest. All you do is work, 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 work. You work at home, you go visiting, you work again.
It is nothing. I like to do this. I forget how just to sit in a chair and drink a cup of tea, and I like to help
But you're not helping. You're doing everything yourself.
If I don't mind, you do not mind. And I don't mind.
Well, this is certainly wonderful of you. I feel like a nincompoop.
It's a nice piece of meat.
Maybe I should make a goulash.
Goulash. You have carrots, onions, potatoes, parsley, celery. Yeah. I make a good Hungarian goulash. Mr. Norton, he will like it.
He will love it. Oh, Bertha, we're really lost without you.
Oh, no, but I like you to say it.
I can't wait till David and Mama come home and find everything all cleaned up. Dinner's all ready, the baby with his bottle, and me sitting on the sofa like Lady Vere.
Hey, Claudia. Claudia, anybody home?
David, you're home at last.
At last, little mother. Well, you're looking very fresh and rested.
I am.
Sitting there on the sofa with a book in your hand.
Oh, I'm not reading. It's just a stage prop.
Oh.
I want you to notice I have been relaxing.
Whew, it's good to be home. Hot as blazes downtown.
Oh, take off your coat, darling.
I'll take a shower in a minute. How's the youngster?
The young man is fine. He's been asking for you. He's all bathed. He's had a 6 o'clock bottle, so he's through eating for another few hours.
Good. Say, I thought you said this apartment was a mess. It doesn't look a mess to me.
Doesn't it?
No.
I should hope not.
I hope you haven't been cleaning up.
Oh, no. I've been relaxing. Oh, that must be Mama. Mama, must that be you?
It must be.
Welcome into your house, Mrs. Brown.
Sorry I'm late, but Aunt Louisa...
how is the old girl?
No wonder Claudia has no manners. The old girl is not so well. It was a slight heart attack.
Oh, dear.
Well, what do you know?
I'm very glad I went. Well, now I'll get dinner on. We'll have to have scrambled eggs. It's so late.
Oh, don't bother, Mama.
I suppose it's going to cook all by itself. I'll put the roast in the oven, and I'll make some iced tea.
Oh, iced tea. I'd like to bathe in it. What a day.
I don't know why everybody's so warm. I'm cool as a pickle.
Claudia, what have you done?
I haven't done anything, Mama.
David, will you come in here a moment, please?
Coming, Mother.
Why is everybody going in the kitchen? Why doesn't anybody stay with me?
David, look at this kitchen.
Well, I'll be. It's immaculate.
When I left it, it wasn't.
What is that wonderful smell that's cooking on the stove?
Goulash.
What goulash? Onions.
Wait till I give her a piece of my mind. Claudia, look me in the eye.
Which one, Mama?
Both. I thought you promised me...
I'll take care of her, Mother. Claudia, have you no better sense than to wax a floor on a day like this?
Oh, is the floor waxed, too?
You must have been in that kitchen for hours. The baby clothes all washed, the bottles boiled, dinner on.
It was a nothing.
A nothing? Why, it would have taken me all day to do all that work.
Oh, you're slow, Mama. When a person's efficient, it just gets done as if by itself. Aren't you going to congratulate me?
I am not. I'm going to take you over my knee and spank you.
David, I
You
love
have
you.
no more sense than you were born with.
It's not sense, it's system that counts.
It's not system, it's good, hard elbow grease.
And look at this living room, Mother. Vacuumed, the tables polished.
And the windowsills washed. I don't understand it after she promised me, David. I give up.
I am so talented, Mama gives up.
Yes, you are. I'll admit it.
Thanks, Mama.
Mrs. Norton, if I ever catch you acting so foolish again...
Aren't you proud of me at all?
Not at all. Not impressed, either.
Oh.
She doesn't look tired, David.
I don't care how she looks. She has no sense.
Well, you
I'd
never
be
thought I
exhausted if I had done all she had.
Not if you'd done it the way I did, Mama.
Sometimes the duties of a homemaker are lighter in summertime, but often they're even heavier. More laundry to do or get done, more dirt tracked into the house. Cooking's much more uncomfortable in the heat. Lady, you deserve the pause that refreshes. Why don't you take time out right now for a bottle of delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola?
Oh, Mr. King, young Master Norton is a sweet baby, isn't he?
We think he is.
I'm so glad it turned out so well.
He's a good baby, too. Hardly cries.
He's still very young. There's time.
I know what you mean.
The Nortons should go back to the farm. It's very warm in New York for the baby, too.
If you think it's warm today, Bertha, wait till tomorrow. The weatherman predicts a real sizzler.
Another hot day?
And how hot exactly, you'll find out tomorrow. Till then, so long, Bertha. Nice to have seen you.
Well, same with me. Goodbye, Mr. King.
As I was about to say, every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir.
Au revoir, Joe. Could you imagine if his last name was Kerr? No, I wouldn't want to go there. Anyway, we thank you for tuning in. That was Claudia from July 22nd, 1948 here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Please thank this radio station. Support their advertisers. It's their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite station. Now, if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a single show. You can hear all of our shows on demand at my webpage, which is classicradio.stream. There you can stream the shows. You can learn more about classic radio collecting. You can contact me there. You can find a full list of places where you can download the shows so that you don't have to be online to listen to them. You can find our social media links. You can contact me directly. And you can also buy me a coffee. Now, if you want to do that to show your respect for the show, I would appreciate it. Because all that money from Buy Me a Coffee goes for us acquiring brand new shows. And you know, there's lots of shows out there we don't have. I just have to find sourcing for them. Thank you so much. And please tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.